Hey everyone! Today we're going to veganize another popular Malaysian favorite, chicken rice. Contrary to popular belief, chicken rice is actually really simple to make, and the vegan version, 10 times easier. Let's go! Like any chicken rice recipe, we're going to start by cooking the chicken first, or in our case today, mushrooms. These are dried monkey head mushrooms that have already been soaked and rinsed. But if you can get your hands on fresh or frozen mushrooms, the results will be even better. To cook these mushrooms, let's prepare a flavorful broth. Firstly, grab a garlic. We're going to need 4 cloves. Peel the skin and crush the garlic. And then we're going to slice about an inch of ginger into thin slices. Next, grab a handful of scallions or green onions and roughly chop them into finger-length pieces. Get a large pot ready and turn the heat on to medium. Pour in 1 tablespoon of neutral tasting vegetable oil and immediately go in with the crushed garlic and ginger. Let these ingredients fry until they're fragrant, then toss in the scallions. Once all the aromatics are lightly caramelized, pour in 2 liters of filtered water. You can also use vegetable stock for extra flavor. Season with 1.5 tablespoons of mushroom seasoning, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Stir everything together. Taste the broth and make sure all of the flavors are balanced. Add more seasoning if you feel like it needs it. Squeeze out all the water from the mushrooms. Plop them into the broth and watch as they absorb all the liquid and grow bigger. Cover with a lid and turn the heat down to low. Simmer for 30 minutes. While that's cooking, let's prepare our rice. Finely mince 4 cloves of garlic and 1 inch of ginger. Do the same thing with 1 large red onion. Next, we're going to saute these ingredients in a pan to release all their flavor. Pour in 3 tablespoons of neutral vegetable oil. Then we can go in with all our ingredients. We're going to fry this until they caramelize and smell amazing. Now we can go in with 2 cups of rinsed and washed white rice. I'm using jasmine white rice here. You can also use basmati rice if you like, but the amount of liquid will vary depending on the different rice you use. Stir the rice coat in the flavored oil and fry it until the water evaporates. Finally, we can spoon the rice into a rice cooker bowl. Nestle 1 knotted pandan leaf in the center. Steal 2 cups of broth from the simmering mushrooms and pour onto the rice. We're also going to need 1 cup of water, so that's a total of 3 cups of liquid to 2 cups of rice. Season the rice with 1 teaspoon of mushroom seasoning and 1 teaspoon of salt. Give everything a good stir and set it in the rice cooker. Leave it to do its thing while we prepare the rest of the stuff we need. A chicken rice is only as good as its condiments. This dish has 3 different sauces. Let's make the chili sauce first. Into a blender, cut in 8 red chilies. You can mix in a few bird's eye chilies here if you want it spicier. Then toss in 4 cloves of garlic and 1 inch of ginger. Next, we're going to need some of that hot broth again to tie all the flavors together. About 60 ml of this should do. Add it into the blender and blend to a paste. For some acidity, we're going to stream in the juice of 3 to 4 calamansi limes or limau kasturi. Season the chili sauce with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Stir everything together and spoon into a small vessel. Next, let's make our soy sauce. Into a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of dark sweet soy sauce. Add in 1 tablespoon of the mushroom broth and 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Mix together and pour into a sauce dish. Lastly, our ginger and garlic sauce. Put a small pot on the heat and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Fry 2 cloves of garlic minced and 15 grams of minced ginger. If you prefer more of a paste texture, feel free to pound this in the mortar and pestle or blend. We want to cook this to take off that raw edge from the garlic. It shouldn't take too long. Once it starts to brown slightly, take it off the heat. Season with a bit of salt and that's it. And that's all our sauces done, right on time for our mushrooms to be cooked. Let's have a look. Retrieve the mushrooms from the broth and let it stand for 10 minutes to cool. While waiting, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. You know, the usual stuff. After 10 minutes, we can cut the mushrooms lengthwise into thin slices. To lock in all the juices and to give the mushrooms an extra meaty bite, we're going to sear it in an oil pan. Just enough to dry out the exterior and to brown it slightly. Don't skip this step or your mushrooms will turn out waterlogged and bland, and no one wants that. Next, let's fluff up our rice. This smells amazing. I could eat this on its own with nothing else. Spoon the rice into a bowl and plate it so it's nice and cute. Arrange the mushrooms next to the rice along with some cucumber slices and all the condiments. Garnish with coriander and red chili slices for aesthetics. Don't forget to scoop some of that broth into a soup bowl. Sprinkle with some fried shallots and sliced scallions. Watch these videos next to see how I veganize some other rice recipes, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.